If this wasn't a great deal already, we just got notified of a 50% discount on the current Amazon price with coupon BIEV4BS4. Check out using that coupon exclusive to SmartWatchTix.com from MISIRUN to pick this one up. Here we go. Greetings and welcome to SmartWatchTix.com. Inside this box, well, let me show you, is not this. This is a replica of the Apple Watch Series 8 Ultra. What's in the box is this turned round. Yes, I'm not kidding. It's been reimagined, re-engineered, and re-released, not by Apple, but by MISIRUN from their official Amazon store, and not just in the US. I've got links all around the world from Amazon for this Ultra 1.52-inch round HD display GT88 watch. This is a blow-up of what's on the Amazon listing. It talks a little bit more about the watch. It's got a speaker and, of course, microphone for phone calls, and you can stream music with it if you want to. It's got the round display and custom watch faces made specifically for that round display. That's 360 by 360 pixels in resolution. And of course, touch screen, round, twirling crowns and buttons on both sides. The left button will activate the 120 plus different sports modes and a sport assistant. And as you get into that, you'll find that not only do you have the listing of a bunch of them, but you get categories, and you can go into categories and get even more, like swimming or dance or you name it. It's amazing. You've got personal health assistance. So you're running with blood oxygen, blood pressure, heart rate, all of the standard biometrics. It does use the red diode technology for blood oxygen analysis as well. And of course, compatibility across the board. You're looking at an orange version of it right here, and I want to show you as we get ready to unbox exactly how close the form is. No, I know it looks like an Apple Watch, but it's not. We've reviewed this one already in the same basic form factor. For information, to take a look at it, you can see how they've put the buttons around the side and just curved them and made them round. Now, they had to do something different with these silly bands because they're made to go straight in. So they went back to traditional bands. Quick release. You can buy these anywhere, match to whatever clothing you're going to have or whatever watch face you want, and not be restricted to these specialized type of watches. You're looking at the silver version. I also have in the box, unboxed, the black version that comes in two different colors. There's the module. It's got a little cover on it like this. And it's got a very large cover on the back that even covers the charging port, so you want to definitely take that out. The little twirly knob, the black button, the orange button, all there. Inside now, we've got the similar orange bands, but in black, so you can put those on. It comes with a charging port, 2-pin connecting charging port wire for charging it from your phone or your phone charger, and a second one. So you get actually two chargers. You don't really need it because it's got decent battery life, but it comes with two. And it's got the screen protector on it, even with the cleaning cloths that you can use. There's a little quick start guide in here in different languages, how to connect with the DeFit app, and there's a QR code to download it, but we'll have a link in the show notes for you to get it directly from the Google Play Store. Some more information in different languages. Okay, that's just a quick get start information. And then inside the box is a manual. Wow, that's really in there. This is a big, long one, so I guess we're going to have to skim down. GT88 user's manual, the basic information for you. Some of that was in that quick start guide. Here, I'll just do both pages. You can freeze frame it if you want to look at it in detail. Talks about setting up for Bluetooth connection, your different ways of measuring thing. It also has the AI voice, you know, the Google or Siri connectivity. So right from the watch, when you're tethered to the phone, you can ask for information, and through your phone, it'll come back, and you'll be able to listen to the answer right on your watch. Cool. Okay, I know you want to see it on and what it'll do. So where are you? Where are you? I'll put the black one together, and we'll play with this one. All right, 2 buttons on the side. We press the lower one, the pill button, and vibrates. Give it a second for it to launch into its watch face, and it opens with its beginning one. Looks like this. When you slide down, you get all kinds of different controls here for do not disturb, your battery level, your overall brightness, and you have quite a bit of control on the brightness on this watch. You have Bluetooth calling when you're paired to your phone, that'll be there. You've got your NFC type of e-cards that you can exchange with other people if you set that up in the app. And then, of course, your overall settings. We'll get to that in a minute. Nothing left or right. When you slide this way, you get the most recent apps that you've been using. Plus, you can go into all of your apps right here. And we'll talk about those as we go along. When you slide to the left, you're going to get into activity. Now, I want to show you this stuff on the orange one because I don't have any data. We just unboxed the black one. So I've been wearing this for a few days. So let's take a look at it. Here's activity. As you go down, you see your step count against your goal, calories, your overall exercise minutes, and the last 7-day trend. So it's got some of that going by the date of the week, which is pretty cool. And then your step count so far for the day on a 24-hour basis. The next one gives you your last night's sleep time, your total, then a star rating on how well you slept, and a breakdown, which includes REM sleeping. That light pink is when I was in the dream zone. Now, as I go over here, I land on heart rate. From this point on, I need to actually put it on so you can see how this works. The bands you notice are not your slide-in Apple style. They've gone back to traditional bands, so any band you get from Walmart to Walgreens should be able to fit on this watch as long as it's the right measurement. We're here, we just simply touch it and it'll start doing a heart rate using the green diodes. It shows you your maximum and minimum. And if you slide through here, there's continuous heart rate from midnight forward, and it's going to show you what zone you're in. And of course, when it's finished, I took it out by touching it. It will give you your current heart rate there. Blood pressure, similar, except you don't get a continuous chart. This is incremental measurements, and it's showing you your latest readings in the last 7 of them. Blood oxygen the same way. However, when you turn this on, you'll notice it's using the red diode technology. That's a check we do to see how accurate it might be. It's jumping all over, which is really interesting. It's giving me refined details for that one. Weather, forecast, and current conditions in whatever city you choose. These are made in Shenzhen, China. So we have them locked in there to see how our friends over there are doing. There's the forecast. Looks like it's a rainy time in China right now. Here I can turn on the Bluetooth pairing. We'll get that all set up for you in a minute. And you can have Bluetooth calling or music streaming to the watch as well. And then you can add other things in here, like the remote shutter for your camera or your exercises. Here you go. This is what you get when you press the side button anyway, but if you want to, we can have it as one of the items here along the list, and we can continue to add other things like a stopwatch, a music player, a countdown timer, and alarms, which you can set. So let's put the music player in there as well. And here's what the music sounds like on the watch. Got some music playing from the phone, streaming to the watch. Speakers actually on the bottom. These are just holes on the side for the case, but right underneath the button makes it easy to mute it with your thumb if you want to. And of course you can jump ahead to the next track if you want. And look at the animation on here. It's fun. Good sound. All coming out of the watch. And then, of course, you could continue adding more until you pretty fill up or get right back to your watch face. This is a custom face I downloaded from the DaFit app. These are the stock faces that come with the watch. Notice the edge to edge is just a tiny little bezel around. Really fills the watch nicely. You got temperature on some of them. You've got days of the week, step count, calories burned, you got heart rate. This is a classic when they put on these watches a lot. Looks really, really good. Here's a nice digital one with information on it. And then you can have a picture and float the time over the picture. There's several in the dial shop that look like that. And of course, back to your original one. Now, when you press the top button, you get into all your activity and apps. You've got your basic activity, which was your step count information. Phone calls, where you can do recent calls. Your dial pad right here, where, okay, I touched contacts, but dial pad, where you can put in a number, or of course sync your contacts up for it as well. Heart rate, we saw that when you got last night's sleep time, blood pressure, and blood oxygen. All those are in there. These are the different exercises. Again, just like on the Apple, you press the button over here, you can get into all of those. And these are different exercise records that will be on here if you have any recorded. You've got the weather set up. You saw that one in messages pushed from your phone. You get that from the watch face when you swipe up. The remote shutter, the music player. Here's your AI voice. You come in here, you tap it, and whether you're connected to Android or an iPhone, you'll be able to ask your assistant information and hear the answers out of the watch directly. Countdown timers and alarms, stopwatch if you want. Ladies, it's giving you period information. You set that up in the app, and you can follow your cycle and see exactly where you are right down to the day, if it's all accurate for you. You got a built-in flashlight in this one, turns it to bright white. You can tap it to turn it off, tap it to turn it on. Notice the background kind of dimming down. It happens because it would wash out completely the screen on the watch otherwise. You got a little calculator in here, multi-digit basic calculator, and then your settings. And we saw that when we pulled down, there was a button there you could push. This is where you can change your overall brightness, the auto lock period from like 5 seconds to 30. You've got the different watch faces, and we've played through all of these. Let's just switch to a different one for fun. Here we go. And let's get back into settings by coming this way, just to show you differently. You've got the menu view, and you can change these from list view to a grid. You've got the minimalist style, it says, and then levels, okay, parallel, and surface, where you move them around and they're off the edge again. And you got crescent, full moon, helm, wow. And then the honeycomb that we're so used to with Apple. And back to your list view, which I use because it's easy for us to follow. Okay, from the settings that we were at here, you also, were there anything else in here? The watch faces, the menu, and then quick view is twist your wrist to light it up. You can turn it on and off right here. Then you've got vibration and ring. I have it in mute right now, but you can do vibration or vibration and ring if you want it to do that when you're getting calls coming in. Do not disturb will put you in that special mode, and that's good at night. From the app, you can set that over a time period, so you don't have to worry about it. Here's where we turned on the speaker, so you could listen to audio streaming from your phone, or you can deactivate that, but have the phone answering capability on. Low power mode's in here. There's your phone call switch to turn it on and off and reset the whole thing. And then your basic system of restarting, turning it off, or resetting factory restore, and telling you that the version is the GT88. That's what you're going to look for. And we got the buying link in the show notes below. And we've got the QR code for the DaFit app, which is where we're going to go now. We've reviewed DaFit a lot. This is what the icon looks like in the Google Play Store, which is where we are. Once you set up an account and then you link to the watch, you'll be landed into your opening of 3 tabs at the bottom. And this is your summary of your activities. We've got step count in here. You can see the breakdown. Here it's in yards because we haven't switched enough to miles yet, and time. You got your MET, which will calculate how much activity you're doing if you're tracking MET, M-E-T. and shows you your weekly score on that and your last 7 days performance as well. Then, as DuffIt does, it tells you how you compare with everybody else that's using it. And of course, everybody else that's using it's going to be out there exercising. So Uncle's way down here in the 0 to 3,000 range. But that's okay. It's still early in the day, right? We got plenty of time. Last night's sleep time. In this interesting diagram, you get more detail of what the colors mean when you tap on it. Rapid eye movement is the dream state. Had a good long dream right there. The ratio of all of those is broken down for you, and it gives you a score to tell you how you slept. Then you get into your heart rate. It's actually measuring it while you're asleep and gives you an average and your last 7 days trends. I mentioned this app is used for multiple different watches, and we did a review earlier in the month that was using the same app, and so there's residual data in the app as well. Here's some other statistics about how you compare with other people at the current time. Then you get to heart rate. Here's where you are in your zone, the current heart rate and the last 7 trends. And you can take a direct measurement if you want to, instantaneous. But if you want to look at your continuous heart rate, here it is. You see these dropouts here? That's when I took the watch out. I wanted to test if it would read thin air or not. No, it doesn't. It drops to 0. So this is the readings. It doesn't show you any, well, maybe it does. Yeah, I guess if you play with it, you can get a reading at the spot you're touching. It breaks down light, weight, loss or aerobic and so forth, and how many minutes you're spending in all of those, which is a nice thing to see for the whole day. Blood pressure, systolic over diastolic, a little bit about it, your last 7 trends, and you can measure it remotely. Blood oxygen, same kind of setup. You got your total, your current reading, and the last 7 trends, and again, you can measure that too. Then you get into your GPS exercise. You can do any of these, and it will tie the GPS in your phone as long as you have it with you and it's tethered to the watch. You'll get heart rate from your watch. You get all of that stuff. And when you do something, and I did a walk, you can get exercise records. And here we go, a GPS walk. It just jumped over. This is my house, guys, and this is walking all around the house, getting like 250 steps per hour. I generally do that, and shows you the distance you traveled during that thing. And, of course, you could zoom it in or out, whatever you'd like to do from the Google Maps. And that's the record of one of them that you can accumulate day, week, month, year, and everything you've ever done in your exercise records. That's all of this stuff. Come over here, you get to the watch. It's the GT88. You get the power level and the watch faces that are available. And at the very end, the face gallery. When you get in here, it ties into the server and it brings up the different faces. They're grouped by these different categories. Let's look at funny. We don't see that one very often. These are considered funny faces, and so you could download any of these to the watch that you'd like to as well. And they go on and on and on. So there are quite a few different faces. You can only put one face on at a time, though, and I chose to put the big X that we're all familiar with. Notifications, alarms, the remote shutter, all these are the same. E-cards are where you get the QR code from a social app. And then you can upload that probably by scanning or taking a picture of it, and then that would be transferred over to your watch so you can use that code. I'm not sure, but that might work for the store loyalty cards that you have, that you can just scan it. Favorite contacts, here's others, which is basically just your setup. There's where you can put the do not disturb range, continuous heart rate as low as 5 minutes, or not at all if you don't want to do that. You can control the music or not, like we just saw, and your auto lock can be set here or on the watch. Reset everything, twist your wrist to see the time, have it start and stop at specific times, and then all your other notification things, your alarms on a regular basis, the weather, the location, and ladies, there's your cycle information. You put that all in, get it set up, and that'll push to your watch where you are in your cycle. This is all about you, your overall profile and goals. You can tie it to Google Fit if you want to, and About tells you about the Fit app itself. And now you have the ability to go into their beta program to test out new features on your watches as well. Simple app, but it works effectively, and it's used on several different watches. So there you have it, the Apple Series Watch 8 Ultra reimagined into a round version of an Apple shell as opposed to the traditional one. It really is an interesting implementation and design. I love going back to the watch bands that I have plenty of and easy to get anywhere. And I really, really do prefer a round watch in this type of a format. It works very similar to what you would find in the $900, what is it now, $800 Apple Watch, but significantly less money. In fact, as low as about $60. And you can pick it up from Amazon. That's right, directly from Amazon. And not just in the USA, but around the world. Check the show notes. I've got links all over the place for this one. It's available right now. And again, it's taking an already established, interesting shape for a smartwatch and transitioning it into a round one. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again soon. Well, that was fun. From MISIRUN. I like that name.